Good evening. My name is Todd Krause. I am the music teacher at Nemaha Central here in Seneca, Kansas. I teach 5 through 12 band, high school vocal music, and then I have one section of 7th and 8th grade general music. I am doing this video from my office in the high school. It's in my room. My classroom's in the basement near the high school, and then my office is just right off my classroom. A large classroom and a large office full of music and musical instruments, and it's a nice thing to walk into every morning to know what the music that's going to be created, and so much energy is going to be in my room. Hopefully positive energy, it usually is, but so much energy and creativity, and it's a wonderful place to work and couldn't be happier. Today we're looking at the KSDE website to look at demographic information for my school. Seneca, Kansas is a small community in northeast Kansas. We have about 2,000 people in the city. It's a small town. I shouldn't say city, it should be a small town, but a little bit smaller than the city that I went to high school. I went to high school in Auburn, Nebraska, which is only about a little over an hour away from here. It's nice to get back and see my family and friends. And we actually played Nemaha Valley, which was what the school used to be before they consolidated. I actually played them in sports when I was growing up. But Nemaha Central used to be Nemaha Valley. They consolidated 4 years ago, I believe. And with a 1A school, Baileyville, which is just 8 miles down Highway 36 to the west. They consolidated and really improved the school culture, the climate, and also athletics. Baileyville is well known for their athletic contributions and academic as well, and their activities. But now, as one and Nemaha Central, they've really grown Nemaha Central, Nemaha Valley, with the addition of Baileyville. This is my 3rd year here at the school. Second as the music teacher. 3 years ago, I was hired as a para, and as my way to get introduced to the classroom, get some classroom experience, to see if I would like it. And then they offered me the music job at the end of the year. Caught me by surprise, but I was very interested in thinking education could be my career. I'm very happy with where I am here in Seneca. We'll get started looking at this report card here. Nemaha Central, USD 115. We're looking at the district totals here first. As you can see, the district says that there's 603 students in our district. Our district consists of K through 12. The elementary, middle school buildings combined in one building, and that's just the 30-second walk, maybe not even 30 seconds to the south. I have to go back and forth often during the day to get students and to complete my responsibilities over there. Usually I walk over there, I grab my next group of students, and I walk them back to my classroom. It is disadvantage because we lose some time when we're walking back and forth. That's just the way it is. There is talks and blueprint plans to connect the two buildings with one long big hallway in between, and that would help when it gets inclement weather, or if it's raining, that we won't get wet or anything like that. So I'm looking forward to having that done. I think it's supposed to be done by next summer. Anyway, we'll take a look at the high school since that's where my office is at. We'll move on here. Scroll down. We'll look at the demographic information. At Nemaha Central High School, 51% males and 48.9% females. They've used the flow chart of the 5-year trend. Here's a little chart that puts everything side by side. For the last 5 years, it seems there's been more males than females, but it's pretty similar, as you can tell. 2014 was the biggest gap. From the selector, we can look at race and ethnicity. We'll do that here. Scroll back up, and you can see the pie graph. Very predominantly white community. Hispanic 4.3% compared to the 94.8% white, and the others only 0.9%. There's a factory that just closed down or is closing down and it employed several Hispanic families in the area and white families as well. And a lot of families that I've heard from will be moving and following where those jobs are going with the company. I think the company's moving all their these factory jobs to Utah. I've already heard some students talk about that they'll be moving in a couple months. We actually lost a para. Her husband was a factory worker out there, and they already moved. And it took a couple kids from our school. Kind of hurt my band program too, because they played in the band. Anyway, from race, we can scroll down and look at migrant. Migrant are students that are from migrant families, and right now we have non-migrant students are 97.84% compared to 2.16 that are migrant students. Look at English language learners, ELL, 98.27% non-ELL students compared to the 1.73% that are ELL students. From there we can look at students with disabilities. Students with disabilities at 7.36% and students without disabilities 92.64%. Scroll down here, we can see it in a nice chart. From there we can look at the state comparisons as well. That's something that we'd be interested in. The state without disabilities 85.58% and students with disabilities 14.42%. From there we'll go back out. We can look at dropout rates. Dropout rates from 2015-2016. Nemaha Central's in the green box, it's our building. The blue one's the district. And then the yellow-orange is the state totals. And this chart puts them together. We can see the dropout rate is. From there we'll go back and look at attendance. Attendance rates from 2016, and 2017. State is the yellow-orange, blue is district, and the green is the building. It's a nice way to compare how your students compare against to the state totals. It's always good when we're above the average. And here, this little box here puts in a chart that we can see side by side. Scroll back here and look at performance level reports. On the side, we're able to scroll from math, English language arts, and science. And select different grade levels, student subgroup, and accountability report card. Since we've been talking about the high school, I'm going to go ahead and select high school. And the first one is going to be math. Here's the chart that shows everything side by side, state, district, and building. And this graph shows them color coordinates, the different levels. For the state and our district in 2017, our district had a higher showing in level 3, 43.13% compared to the 16.99% of the state. There we can look at English language learners. Again, a higher, whether the level 3 was the same. Excuse me. I was looking at district and building. I was trying to look for state against the district in 2017. Or building, excuse me. We had a higher showing in the level 2, 47.05% compared to 38.65% in level 2. And a higher score in 31.37% in level 3 compared to the 24.18 in level 3 to the state. We look at science for the high school, district, building, and state. State higher in the level 1 percentage, and Nemaha Central was higher in level 3 and level 4. From there, I'll back out. Look at another. We can look at graduation. Nemaha Central graduation rates took a dip from 2016 to 2017, dropping down almost 6%. Well, the state stayed right at 86%, 86, 87. We went the opposite way from 2016 to 2017. By selecting subgroup, we'll get a look at different categories. The white is red. The green here is free and reduced lunch students. And it gives you some different categories and legend on the side. You got post-secondary. Look at those averages in 5-year graduation average is 98%, which is really good. Let's look at ACT scores. The building average, the district average, and then the state average. It appears that the district average is higher than the state average, so that always makes us feel good. What we look for on the KSDE website is probably a little bit more out of for the administration than it is for me. It is nice to look at every once in a while. We've had to for several assignments in this transition to teaching program to see what we can find on the website. Being a small school, kind of know what we have here, and we expect the best, and the small quality over quantity, as they would say. And we expect to do well. And it's our goal to see these numbers increase, especially ACT scores, and the graduation rates. There's not much we can do about the diversity. We do often have foreign exchange students that come over, and although it's only 1 or 2 students, we like to have that diversity in different cultures in our school we can learn from, and they can learn from us as well. In Seneca, there's the Nemaha Central K through 12, and then they also have a K through 8 Catholic school, and then after 8th grade they come over to the high school. All the kids play athletics together, and they compete against each other, and sometimes on the same team. So the kids all know each other and are very good friends when they come to high school. Everyone gets along for the most part. I actually have the Catholic school students, they come over here for band, so I get to work with them and teach them instrumental band, and then hope they stay with it in high school and we can develop a good band. Like I said, I really like working here. I love the community. It's an older community for the most part, a lot of retired aged people, but it appears that the lower grade levels are starting to grow a little bit more. And that's always a good sign. The more students, the better. And as long as we're doing our jobs as teachers, these numbers that we find here on the KSDE website will improve. And that's your ultimate goal. Thank you for watching our video, and have a great week. Thank you.